So this is the last tutorial in our series of karaoke machine made in Visual Basic, and the last song that we're going to make is Baby Shark. So I'm going to uncomment song number 4 here. So we send in a song number, we select case on that song number, and if it's 4 it takes us to Baby Shark, and at the moment Baby Shark is not declared. Now in the past we've allowed Visual Basic to generate this for us, but we're going to show that you can actually type it yourself. So I'm just going to come down to a space between subroutines, after end sub, before the next one. Leave myself a little bit of space here, and I'm going to say private sub baby shark. Now notice I have to spell it exactly the same way as I am calling it, so capital B, capital S, one baby shark. And when I press enter, it's then going to put in an end sub, and all my code has to go between these two parts, between the declaration of the subroutine and the end sub. The actual Pinkfong song is going to give us a few things to think about here. So if I just go and highlight it from there and copy that, and I'm going to paste it in here so that I can work on it as I go along. Okay, so I need go, 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 go. There are 12 goes and then a final one with an exclamation mark on it. We do have a little bit of a problem here in that some of these are capital goes and some of them are small. I'm going to cheat a little bit and just make them all capitals to make this a bit easier to get into. So I need 13 goes. I'm going to say for go equals 1 to 13. And when I press next, it then, when I press enter, it obviously puts a next in to complete the loop. So between for and next are the bits I'm going to repeat, which is to print the word go. So console dot write. Now I'm using write because I want it to appear on the same line. And I'm going to put in here go. And I kind of want a comma after that as well, and maybe a space. Okay. Now if I do that, it's just going to put them all in a line. So what I need to do is after every 4, 8 and 12, I need to do a write line. And I could of course use a select case as we have in the past, but I want to show you a slightly different way of doing things here. We're going to use a special function called mod, which is about what the remainder is when you divide one number by another. So I'm going to say here, if go mod 4, so if I divide go by 4, and that's equal to 0, then there's no remainder. And that means I must have an exact number of 4. So 1 mod 4 is 1, 2 mod 4 is 2, 3 mod 4 is 3, 4 mod 4 is 0 because there's no remainder when I divide by 4. 5 is 1, 6 is 2, 7 is 3, 8 is no remainder. So that's what I'm looking for. If go mod 4 is 0, then I want to console.writeLine to move to the next line. Okay, let's see what we've got so far. So if I press run and I go for song number 4, then you can see that that's looking reasonably good. This last one should have had an exclamation mark rather than a comma on it. And we could try and find a way of moving back a character and then printing over the top of it. But that's probably more trouble than it's worth at this point in time. So I'm happy that we've got our goes in place. And I'm much more interested in looking at the actual verses that we have. So next up, we want Baby Shark 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and the first 3 of those have got some do-do-dos on the end. All right, so let's see if we can get one of those made. I'm going to say for shark equals 1 to 4. And I'm going to print, no I'm not, I'm going to console write line. And for the moment I'm just going to say BabyShark. And you see we're going to have this problem with exclamation marks and commas all the way through here. So it might be worth solving. Okay, it's not going to be a write line, it's going to be a console write because I want to add some do-do-dos on the end of it most of the time. Okay, so if shark is less than 4, so on the first, second and third line we also add some do-do-dos. So what I'm going to then say is for do equals 1, 2, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. For do equals 1 to 6, console.write, and it'll be do with a space. And BabyShark probably also needs a space there. Okay, so if we crank that up, let's see what we've got. Go for song number 4. You can see that after my final do, I need to do a write line before moving on to the next one. So maybe the best way to do that would be to put a carriage return line feed before the BabyShark. So VBCRLF plus BabyShark. Yeah, that's looking quite good. We're kind of very much on our way. As I said, we don't have we've got a comma here rather than an exclamation mark. Be nice to fix that, but not essential. What we do want is to have lots of verses. So what I am going to do is I'm going to wrap this whole thing inside a verse loop. For verse equals 1, 2, I think there are 6 verses. So we've got baby, mommy, daddy, grandma, grandpa. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got let's go hunt, which is 6. Okay, so for verse equals 1 to 6, I need to take this next off here. And I need to wrap it around and put it onto the end of my printing code so far. Okay, here comes the clever bit. Instead of just printing BabyShark here, what I'm going to print, I'm going to leave the comma and I'm going to leave the space, but I'm going to put in here person. And I'm going to say here that dim person as string. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a selection here. Select case verse. When the case is 1, we're going to have that person equals BabyShark. I think maybe it's just like that, BabyShark. And in the case when the person is 2, or in the case when the verse is 2, then person equals Mommy Shark. We could even probably get away with leaving the shark off and doing some cleverness there, but the let's go hunt would mess it up. So case 3, person equals mommy then daddy shark. All right, let's just see what's happening with what we've got so far. If it's working, we're good. We can add in the others. If it's not, then we need to do some debugging. So there are build errors. Never say you want to continue in build. You always want to fix your problems. And the problem is this line here. We added VBCRLF to the person, but we forgot to add it to the extra bit of comma and so on. Okay, and let's try that. Try number 4. And there you go. We've got our goes. We've got baby shark with the do's. We've got mommy shark with the do's. We've got daddy shark with the do's. And we continue with the daddy shark because we never fixed the others. But you can see how that could be made to work. All we need to do is put each special case in, and that's relatively straightforward. I'm just going to highlight these and copy them. And I'm going to say case 4 is grandma, and case 5 is grandpa, and case 6 is let's go hunt. And so when we have a look at that, and 4, then we have the classic Baby Shark song with all the different verses, not quite correct at the end, but I think it's good enough. And the only problem, of course, was this thing about having commas rather than exclamation marks. That is something we could fix with some if-then-elses and a little bit of thinking about which line we're on. So there you have it, karaoke machine, all ready to go. Hopefully you can try and make some of your own songs and add them in to what you've produced so far. Enjoy.